This was a duo game, duo persona. Enemies, Prees, were Sylas and Talos Smurf. 91% win rate. 91% win rate? Well, that sucks.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
I'm gonna look at your runes real quick. You probably know more about which runes make sense more than me, but I would still like to know what's going on here. Let's look at your opponents. You're facing a Talon? Oh yeah. These are what you would call angry Smurfs. They're angry duo. Scary. Scary for Cho Gath. All this looks right to me. That looks fine. Yeah, I don't think you can really push into this ever. You can't push into duo.
Minions have spawned.
Duo Smurfs with a high win rate. You just can't, because it probably means you're gonna lose. You're pretty much gonna auto lose every 2v2. Because even if your teammate's good, he's probably not gonna be that great. And you're probably just going to get molested in a 2v2, I think. I think you just get beat. I like your wave management here. I mean, really, the only move to make is to passively farm. We have a Karthus jungle. Really, what you're rooting for is Karthus to do his thing. I think that my first criticism is I'm not entirely sure you need Ignite here. I think Ignite's overkill. When you really think about their composition, I think this is, yeah, I'm agreeing with Chad on this, and that was my line of logic too. I think your teleport would be looking pretty clever in this particular instance. Let me add Twitch chat to this scene. Second. Should be good now. I think the one mistake is summoners here. I don't see a reason to go Ignite. Most of your opponents are super squishy. And I think while you do have kill potential, I don't think that's what you're going to be doing in this particular scenario. You have to realize that your team has tremendous, to use Donald Trump language, tremendous, huge, enormous, the best scaling of all. The only thing that you really can do early game is to make sure that Yorick doesn't get Yorick doesn't get shut down. I think my plan, if I'm you, I think my plan is to stabilize mid, survive the early bullshit, get big in mid, and then pay very close attention to TPs on top side for potential, to block potential bullshit, to block potential dives. You're really, really hoping that top lane does well in this instance versus this team, because that's going to be the thing that propels your team into late game. Bot lane's pretty much always going to into this matchup early, and then they're going to catch back up. Karthus is pretty much always going to be useless early, and then he's going to catch back up. And Yorick is going to have the advantage in top lane early, and then eventually he's going to fall off, right? But you're hoping that by, first off, luck, right? Because you can't choose. You can't choose that you get this guy, and you can't choose what you're up against. You're hoping off of kind of luck that Yorick does well, and then you're going to keep that teleport so you can block any bullshit that comes his way. Any unlucky, like he pushes too deep and gets dole or gets 2v1 ganked, you're really hoping you can block it with a teleport and keep his pressure up until you guys get to your late game. If you can get to your late game, then you're really rocking, because I think that your composition will just kind of automatically win. The only thing that you'll have to worry about late game is this guy, because if he gets to a point where he's split push monster, then that your comp doesn't really do very well into that. But Yorick traditionally won't lose that hard, and he won't. It's not like he can't manage a split push. So that's my initial read on what we have in front of us. Like how this game is going to play when it's all said and done. And this is kind of shit that you should be doing in champ select, is try to figure out, like, all right, what if any is our best chance of winning? What's going to be the thing that determines whether or not we win? But it's a minor criticism, like, you're running into really good players on Smurf accounts, so it can be pretty tricky. And they are pretty fucking good too, because not only is their win rate high, but this right here will tell you right away that their jungler's no joke. He pathed in a straight fucking line towards golems, which is actually really fun. It tells you that he's really good, because, and also this says that Karthus jungle, this guy's pretty bad because he's way too low. I've experimented with a lot of Karthus jungle off stream. This guy's clear is very bad. He does get kind of, if you know how to kite, you won't get this low ever. But you're often low enough that Sylas can come in and fuck with you. So this is pretty smart by him to be doing that. I can see the approach velocity. Now the wave is sadly pushing. Let's go back and see how this happened. Alright. This is good that you caught that it was pushing. I want you to see what you did here. Don't auto these, okay? Don't auto these. Instead, try to hold this in this position as long as possible and build this wave up behind it, and then use your abilities and try to get a shove with a bigger wave. What you're doing is you're staggering. Look at how it staggers out. So really, you kind of want to be... So really, you kind of want to be like here instead of, you see how it's all fucking all over the fucking place? You really want to be like here, and then wait for this wave to catch. So these creeps meet here, right, with you, and then you just fucking wait until everything builds up and then try to get a big shove in. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough spot because I already know it's gonna happen. He's good enough to know to freeze, and his teammate is good enough to know to fuck you if he freezes. So it's just a really tough situation, and there's not much you can do other than try to get a bigger shove. And again, this is where the teleport would be coming in handy off of this shove. Wow. So, yeah. You still got to trade. I bet it's still ass. I guess it's actually not that bad though. The wave's not in that bad a shape, all things considered. But anyways, you see my point, right? On the slow push, autoing those range creeps is bad positionally. It puts you in a worse spot. And again, you're facing people that know how to take advantage of it, so they're going to take advantage of it right away. As that little mistake will hurt our positioning and where we can and can't be. But yeah, now you know. Now you know that someone can path around like that off of, if they invade here, they can path around behind you. And remember what I was talking about on stream? This spot, mid lanes, this spot is the shittiest of the spots to get ganked. I'm telling you, it's the same thing over here as well. This is the butthole gank, dude. This angle is so annoying. I feel like I die to it, or I used to die to it a lot. Anything from this side or this side, the opposite, is so annoying. It's like if they get in that space, it can be really rough. Even if you're like not even that far back, or that far pushed, it can still suck. Oh, the wave is in kind of a crap spot, and he knows it, right? He bags. Karthus did you a favor here. I don't know if this pissed you off. I think you're smart enough to know that he did you a favor. Thank God he did that for us. Yeah, I hear you just want vision. Good shit. He did you a favor. That's not a bad push at all. That's like, I'm honestly impressed that he did that. This position fucking sucks. Let's go back a bit. Okay, perfect. So here is actually a decent situation, all right? So the wave will come back to us very slowly, very fucking slowly. I would probably, if I'm you, I'd probably play up like here. We don't have flash, I know. It's a little risky. So you would basically dance right here. What you're looking to do is you're hoping that he maybe rakes, right? But we don't touch this at all. We don't touch the wave at all. The only time is you would literally try to hit just I think you do try this with your Q. You're literally just targeting singular creeps, right? But you really want to see if he'll rake or he'll jump to you. And maybe the other option is to save your Q. To save your Q and see if he jumps to you. And then you Q yourself and he's going to push the wave, right? But you need to stay kind of near the creeps because you don't, I know that Sylas can regank. The other option is if you think that's too risky, and it is kind of risky because Sylas can come out right here, right? And if he's doing some duo abuse shit, he might just camp the fuck out of you and try to just cancel your lane out. You could also just literally not touch the wave, only to Q the minion at the very last second. That's all you can do. And I honestly think if we can... I hate that Q. That Q is so bad. You should not be doing that. It's better to give up a couple creeps to do that. That was... I want you to see it again. I'm not trying to be a douche. I just want you to realize it is a fucking atrocious Q from you. This is not worth. This isn't worth. Just get us. We don't want this position. We'll give away like fucking 10 creeps. I don't care. We just don't want this position. We want it to push back to us. We can't do this. Yeah. I don't want you queuing there because you're basically extending the freeze timing longer. Oh yeah, you're just killing yourself. Lane management wise, you just... So he breaks the freeze, I think because they know that he started dragon. They figured it out somehow. How did they figure it out? Ah. Yeah. They figured it out. They were paying attention to it when he showed bot. And so they break the freeze. Am I supposed to build... Oh, sorry. I thought you were asking about Cho Gath. If he didn't show bot, he might have had a nice little window, but I don't know. These guys are good enough to check it. Okay. So, mind games going on here. What you really want to do is you want to invite a trade here. I know it sounds psycho, but he just used everything, and you really want to just kind of like, just fake, you know? Fake a little bit. Just kind of try to zone him off. Because you kind of just surrender. You see this? You surrender this route. They don't fucking know. They don't know for sure. If Karthus could be right here for all they know. You understand? So, the other thing, you can ping Karthus off and then try to catch this guy here. So that's an option. But you're not really telling, you have to understand that these are the type of people, like, if you walk up and fuck with him, it's like a bluff in poker, right? This guy's good enough to where he might think that Karthus is sitting here. You see what I mean? But you're not really giving him anything to work. You're telling him, oh, if Karthus is there, you know, if Karthus is there, it's because he's here, right? It's because you pushed up. But if you back up, you literally tell the Talon, you're like, we're on Dragon. We're on Dragon. If you didn't know, now you know. So that's kind of my logic here is you don't want to just relinquish this whole route like this because it just opens up. So now they know for sure. They're like 100% he's on it. Because if he wasn't, and if he's not on Dragon, he's just being a dumbass and farming Gromp or something. But they need to know. So that's what they're going to run through. Now, if you block him a little bit, maybe, you know. I don't think you're getting that Dragon anyways. But it's just something, it's something to learn from, right? Situation to learn from. Okay, you just shit on this dude so hard, and I'm happy for it. If there was ever any reason to take Ignite, you just sold it in that instance. You pushing back. Just swagging on him. So, is there anything else we can do? Not really. Karthus not in position. Yeah. There's not a play.
Blue team double kill.
Just go back and really investigate this a bit more. I don't think you pinged enough on this roam, but I mean, that may not even change the outcome. Close. Close fight. You know that Talon's low here. No, you gotta hit tower here. Alright, I disagree with this. Okay. You need to hit tower here and get a plate at the very least. And maybe shove one more wave in so that you can extend your lead in exchange for the Talon and the Sylas using everything. So right here, you need the plate. Yeah, but if they shouldn't be doing it because they're so low. And if you rotate, you need to assume that your opponents that you're facing are competent enough to not coin flip it. Okay? I don't think they're ever on dragon here. I think the better move is to just take your plate and just reset. Because it's so hard for you to get these as Cho Gath. You really need to sell to me that there's a reason to move, and I don't see a reason to move. I see if they were doing dragon, I'm pretty sure their bot lane would be on it a lot of the time. And even if they are doing dragon, like, they're stronger than you think they are. I would rather you just take... This is a sure thing. Dragon is a random thing. Is the easiest way I could summarize it. This is a sure gold. Dragon, we're not sure if we can defend that. And we don't have to. We're fine. Like, you're crushing mid right now. You're fine. You don't have to do anything right now. I think it's fine. It's a fine shutdown play. Karthus gets a big chunk of gold. Once you hit the Q, I feel like you have to stay on him. You have to go for it. You could maybe ignite him sooner. Be my only criticism. Will we see you play another game after this? I'm probably done for the day, to be honest. I hate that we can't dragon, but I don't think we can.
Turret plating will soon fall.
My minor criticism is I think right here, you really should be once your bot lane shows up in mid, you really should just switch over to bot. But I mean, that's a really minor criticism, but like I don't think impacts much right now. Because, I mean, you didn't really miss much yet, but I'm just saying as a good rule of thumb, keep that in mind. I'm not really in love with the flash Q and the fight. Mainly because I don't think that you need to do it yet. I don't think it accomplishes anything, even if you get it. I think I'm okay with the trade as it was. You do trade flash on him, but he won't be the problem. I mean, he is a problem, though. What am I saying? He's pretty big, too. It's just a rough fucking game, man. I guess what I'm saying is I want something... I feel like the flash is better to save our ass as opposed to go for something crazy. Because their comp is very big dive, so, like, eventually you're just going to be in a situation where they dive you and you're going to wish you had it, you know? Like I do this all day, dude. This would be the example of the flash that I was talking about. This is why those types of flashes I'm a little sketched about, because I don't think that they do as much for you. Try to get in that dopa mindset of like, let's try to keep our flash up. Holy shit. How did these kids get murdered so hard? What the fuck happened? Yo, you guys took a fat dumper on them. Oh my god. Alright. Rift. Rift, rift, rift. Go and rift. Rift, you noob. You a noob. You really should be rifting here. You should be pinging the ever-living shit out of Rift and making it happen. You've got 2.5 minutes. You gotta find something to do with this. You're versing good people, right? Gotta do something with it. Alright, we fucking owned them. What can we do? Rift is the closest objective. You spam ping that. You have maybe cart the shove. And you knock that thing out and get the fuck out. Now at least we have a Rift. And the next time we win a fight, we can knock down some objectives. I think that's a big mistake by you guys. I mean, it's not on one person, but you should be pinging the shit out of it and going there in a straight line. What the fuck kind of bullshit balance is this? What the hell happened to you, dude? Did you just get laid?
Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
I just have to see it again, dude. I just can't. What the fuck is this? I don't think I've ever seen somebody get comboed so hard, ever, in a game of League of Legends, bro.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
It's just... This kid was just like, boosh! Get the... What the fuck? That's so wrong, though. That's so unbalanced, dude. That's not even right. That's not even right. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're supposed to do about that. I mean, you use Q. Use Q to check the brush, and he just makes a fucking ESPN highlight reel on your fucking forehead. I don't really know. I got nothing for that one. That's just bullshit champion, bro. Straight up. That's probably one of the most busted things I've ever seen. I mean, it's not like Cho Gath doesn't have a lot of health either. That's what blows my mind. There's literally no window where he could have played back. There was just no window at all. He's just, you got literally pee-pee slapped. There's that rift we should have gotten. Coming down our mid lane. Alright. Great. Yes, Baron. Alright, so we finally get a Baron. You don't all need to back, just one. You've messed up here.
Oh, look, a happy little cracker.
Yorick may die. I don't think he does, man. I don't think he dies ever. No. Level 15 versus level 14, he's not dying. He'll live. He'll live. Karthus has ult up. He does later, maybe, but he shouldn't be dying on. He shouldn't be dying for free here. Not here. Not here. This doesn't. The top lane instincts say let Yorick do this. He can do this. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he'll just come up here and shit on him. I have no fucking idea, but I don't think so. Yeah, you guys all fucked up on this one. The play after the Sylas pick. You need to get your 4. This is why I say split pushing is the fucking truth. You need to get something shoving together as 4. I would imagine shoving mid and then maybe looking to get a dragon at least. They're just not giving you any windows to breathe. I do think this is your fault, though. I think this is a terrible... If there was any mistake that you've made so far, I don't like the back here. I think you need to... You guys have been kind of on your heels the whole game, right? Well, you get the Sylas down, you have Baron. You just have to move forward. I mean, you have to try. Even if it's, even if you're throwing yourself in a bad position, sometimes you got to go for it. It's not going to get any easier, dude. You guys have a Baron... Well, that's not true. It can get easier, but it's probably not going to. You guys have no towers. You're just on the back foot. Jax is going to get huge. Sylas is going to get huge. Brand's going to get huge. And it gets tougher and tougher for you to play your champion the longer the game goes, in my opinion. That's a fat ass Sylas. What the fuck? He's so big. I can't get enough of it, dude. Sylas gets Cho stacks. Yo, this champion. Okay. Pause. This champion is fucking dumb. He literally gets stacks off of fucking Cho Gath ults. This champion is so fucking good into Cho Gath. And so stupid. He just ran to my lane a few times, stole my ult, and used it on jungle camps. What do you normally ban for Cho Gath? Out of curiosity. I would ban this. I would straight ban this. Now that I've seen it play out, this is the dumbest shit ever for Cho Gath, dude. I mean, I don't ban it with like TF or something, but now that I've seen how it plays into Cho Gath, there's certain matchups that are just fucking atrocious for us, right? I mean, that's inevitable. I would say this is probably the worst matchup that I've seen for Cho Gath so far. But what are you normally banning? I'm just curious now. Not much we can do. We're kind of boned. We're just kind of turtling and waiting for them to make a mistake. The Yorick lane did not go very well. Bot lane didn't go very well. Their comp is just too good here. Let's see that again. Karthus with no stopwatch or Zhonya's is absolute ass by him. You're gonna ban this shit though now, right? Cause that's definitely one takeaway. Poor Cho Gath doesn't stand a chance. This is one of those coachings where I learned something too. So this Baron, we called the 5-man push. Okay. Well, York says no. I mean, I'd probably back down after this tower if I'm being honest with you. You can't be sitting here. There's just, you're dead. You can't, after this tower, you gotta leave. Yeah, but even if they're not doing anything, you're surrendering the game by pushing. Like this, pushing into here is GG, bro. You gotta back. I mean, it sucks. Like, I'm with you. I agree. I think a strong siege is good here. But they're just not doing it. So you gotta just take an inch then. You would just say, all right, well, we'll take that tower. I guess I'm playing a fucking 80-minute game of League of Shitters. And then you just back up, ping your team back, and just fucking leave.
Blue team double kill. Blue team triple kill.
I think maybe if you back off after that tier 1, I mean, you may give York a chance to do something with the big wave. But yeah, once you guys push into tier 2 territory, that's game. Because they can just collapse on you. Your champion pool, you and the Sona are too immobile. You're just going to get eaten. Alright. Couple of interesting things to talk about. Wave management. I think based off this, I would literally ban Sylas every game as Cho Gath. It's not a bad ban in, like, see, some champions show up and they're good into you, but no one plays them, right? Like, I don't know, I'm just using an example. Fucking people don't know that, like, I can play Gangplank into Kassadin and murder him, right? Like, I play Gangplank into Kassadin and make the dude just want to quit the game. People don't know that counter. I know that counter. But, like, Kassadin shouldn't be banning Gangplank because not many people play Gangplank, so there's no fucking point, right, to ban Gangplank as Kassadin, right? You'd be much better banning off like a Zed or something because it's more popular. Sylas is a popular champion right now, and he's going to be played a lot. And if you're going to play Cho Gath all day, you're going to run into Sylas a lot. And so if you run into a decent one like this guy, you're basically putting yourself in a really tough position because your champion's not only immobile, Sylas is mobile, does really well into your kit because he can take your ult and, I guess, get huge off of that and one-hit you. Complete bullshit for Cho Gath. So I get rid of it. We talked about wave management. We talked about some of the late game stuff. I hope this helps you. This seems like a rough game anyways. I will tell you this. If you back off of that tier 1, though, you're playing for at least another 5 to 10 minutes. And in solo queue, sometimes all that's the difference maker between whether or not you win or lose is if you can just keep a fucking game afloat. You know, just fucking hang in there. You never know. You never know. Dumbass on the other team might DC. You never know. Alright. I'm shutting this down. I hope this helps, dude. Cool, YouTube. Diamond Coaching. Hope it helps. I don't know what the fuck. I'm hearing weird sounds in my ear. I will be being a YouTuber for the next video, for the next coaching. If you enjoyed these, like, comment, share, subscribe. And go to twitch.tv/Neace and sub there if you like to support the stream. It really does help. It's how I am able to do this. Thank you very much. I'll see you next time. And I'm out. Peace. Crackers. Gotta go. Bye.